Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. I am here for a tea time. It's been a while since I've been out here drinking tea and chatting with everyone. Some of you may join me live. Some of you may see this as a recording later. But I thought it was a good time. It was a good time to have a little bit of a chat about things. I've been home for a couple of weeks now, and time enough for my jet lag to settle and for me to feel my feet on the ground. And it's good. It's good to be home and to have some time with my horses. We've got Atlas and Ari and Ocasio behind him. And I'm out here in the pasture with them, just sort of mentally preparing for my daughter bringing 2 new Mustangs home in the next couple of days. They won't go right out into the pasture with my horses. They will be in paddocks with tall fences for a while. Hi, Anne. I'm so glad you're here. And I was thinking a little bit about my theories and how I work with horses. And specifically, my stepdad asked me this morning, he said, did you ever do a talk on flow and what flow means to you? And I realized if I have, it's been a long time, and I probably have some new ideas. Hey Sal, hey Joe, good to see you. So I thought today I'd talk a little bit about flow. You know, it means what you think it means. You don't really have to make it more complicated than that. We talk about the flow of a river, all the water running one direction. We talk about flow as in the flow of the wind flowing over the wing of a plane, or flow is everything headed in the same direction. And it really can be that simple. I think also flow tends to be somewhat synonymous to the idea of being in the zone, or being in that state where you lose track of time and you get lost in that perfect moment of immersion in a task. That can be like a sense of flow. It was suggested to me earlier today that suffering is when we argue with reality. The reality of the moment, whatever the moment is. If we try and argue with what is, it creates a lot of suffering. And I think flow is the opposite of that. Flow is the acceptance of whatever is in the moment. Whatever's happening right now, it's putting myself in harmony with that, headed the same direction as whatever it is that's happening. To be in flow is the same to be in harmony. Now, where this gets complicated is in horse training, because there has to be contrast in horse training. You can't have one thing without having a contrasting difference. So if flow is one thing where we are in harmony with what the horse is doing, we are the same as them, we are not distracting them, we are not trying to change anything about them. In contrast to that, there are times when we are in action. Now, to be in action is not to argue with reality. To be in action, however, is to shape something to be a little bit different in the future. So the current reality is the current reality. We're not going to change it. The current moment is exactly what it is. Hey Jay, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to tea time. And so we're not going to argue with the current moments. They are what they are. But in horse training, there will be some current moments that we don't particularly want to perpetuate. These are going to be specifically moments where our horses don't feel good. Okay? They're our partners. We adore our horses. They're our friends. We want them to feel good in this partnership. So in the moments that our horses don't feel good, we might shape that a little bit so that it's different in the future. And that's where we're going to take a little bit more action. Okay? When we are in flow with something, we are making it very, very memorable for the horse. We're really emphasizing it. We're really creating it as the norm in our relationship. And there's going to be parts of the relationship with your horse that you love, and parts of it you think, oh, this could really be better. So for any of those moments where you're with your horse and they get frustrated or irritated or scared or worried, those are the moments when we might be a little bit more active. And when we're active, what we're doing is we are showing the horses alternate points of view. We're showing them something different they could think about. We're showing them something different they could pay attention to. We're showing them options. Now, we don't have to force them to take those options. We could. That would be more dominant training. But you also have the choice of actions which are more offering in nature, where you offer the horse a different perspective. And those are moments and times when you are not in flow with them. You're not doing the same thing as them. You're not in harmony with them. You are instead offering a different perspective. So when I train between those two contrasts. I'm either more passive, which is going to be my flow, my harmony, my peace, those moments where I am fully headed the same direction as everything that's happening. I am 100% part of reality without trying to shape it or change it or adjust it in any way. Those are the things I want the horse to remember best. Those are the way I want them to associate me with the relationship. And those are the feelings that I want to perpetuate. In contrast to that are going to be moments where things aren't going quite as well, because that's real life. There's moments where they'll be a little irritated, or they'll be a little bit scared or a little bit worried. And those are the moments we take a little bit of action. We show them alternatives. Now, for me, that's going to be supportive alternatives. Supportive alternatives means that they can choose to look at what I'm looking at or not. They could choose to be distracted by my action or not. They could choose how much they want to participate, because I like freedom. You can also take action in more assertive ways or even more dominant ways. Those would be other ways to shape the future. My thought is that it's only suffering if you're trying to fight the current moment. The current moment is what it is. We can shape the current moment to be different in the future, or we can flow with the current moment to make it more repeatable. Good to see you too, Cindy. I'm glad you could be here for tea time. It's like a little party. All my favorite names popping up on the screen. Thank you guys for joining me. It does feel good to be in this community, the community of the horses and the community of the people. I love that there's a lot of us out here looking for the best ways to create the relationships we want with horses and do the things we want to do with them. I am going to be holding a salon, a freedom-based learning salon on my Patreon page on Thursday if any of you want to join. We've picked a subject. Our subject is going to be accidental training, what that looks like, how you use it, how you recognize it. It's happening all the time. We are always in some form of accidental training. So being aware of it helps us able to do it better. So I would love to see any of you guys, if you want to join on the Patreon page. It's a couple of dollars to join for the monthly fee, but you can listen to all of our past salons and look at the videos as well. And I would love to have you as part of the group if you want to join us. I will keep trying to do tea times once a month or so. The the travel schedule has been quite intense this year, and it's been a bit overwhelming to try and always be in the right place at the right time. So I have cut back my tea time organizations, but I'll keep trying to do them once a month. I love seeing you all. And if you have any thoughts or questions about flow and harmony or its counterpoint of action, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will see you again soon.